And now for the Q&A.
Hello. Here is a question from Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Joe says, "Hi, Ethan. Huge fan. Been listening to your podcast for about a year now, and your story is amazing."
Nice. Thank you.
He says, "I am 6'2", 535-pound man, and I'm 32. I'm afraid I'm not going to live to see my kids grow into adults. I have agoraphobia, so I can't really leave my house, and pretty bad depression. So just getting motivated is really hard. What would you recommend?"
Yeah, man, that's a tough spot to be in. I think that if this is something you want, and to me it sounds very much like your desires to improve your health and live longer, I guess we have to put a value on it. And is the value of that more than whatever pleasure you get out of eating and not moving? I don't know how much exercise. Listen, you can lose weight just sitting in your house. That's totally possible. You can also design workouts for a living room, squats and push-ups, and just at 530 pounds, just standing up and sitting down in a chair that a number of times, that's exercise. And so you don't really have to leave. How are you getting your food? If you can't leave your house, who is providing your food? Have a real heart-to-heart conversation with that person and say, here's what I want and here's what I need help with. If you're, I'm literally trying to rack my brain for all the potential pitfalls I could have had. And I wasn't going through that when at a day and time of like, Postmates didn't really exist, but you could order Domino's pizza. And I would give my mom my credit cards just so I had no way to order Domino's pizza. And then, there would even be times where I would be scrounging for change to pay the Domino's. There was a day and age way back when, in my day, and you'd actually hand the Domino's pizza person cash when they brought you the pizza. I don't even know if you can do that anymore. Excuse me. But like, whatever it is that your routine is that's allowing you to stay 530 pounds, I would just start deconstructing that and putting up barricades and barriers that get in the way of continuing to exist that way. That's what I would do. And that's what I had to do. If you have a real heart-to-heart conversation with yourself and make a decision on what is more important, continuing to eat the way you do, or making this drastic change. And then that's entirely up to you.
Yeah. I think that's super helpful. And Joe, thanks for writing to us. Let us know how it's going. And, I think that your advice, Ethan, is so good because it's just, you're coming from your real experience too. And, I don't know. I get it.
There can be a feeling of helplessness, as though this situation is occurring to us. And I think that I eventually went from that to completely understanding that I was 100% responsible for causing this situation for myself.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't speak to everybody. As I say that, I'm picturing a guy chained to a radiator in a dungeon being force fed. And then I go like, what the fuck does that guy do? How does that guy go from being something is occurring to me to I am responsible for this? And to that guy go, I don't know. But wherever we can figure out how we are in control, it literally took me going, I can do nothing, to trying to find everywhere that I believed I could be in control of. And I started honestly and literally with, I can tie my shoes. I can tie my shoes. That I am in control of. And then I built upon that. I can stand up. There's going to be 500-pound people who cannot stand up. So Joe says he doesn't like to go outside. He didn't say he's incapable of standing up. So, like, can you be in control of that? Can you stand up? Great. Can you do it again? Great. How many times can you squat down and stand up? Sit into a chair and stand up, and then take a break, and then tomorrow do it more. Like, where can you be in control? And I think for me, as I dissected this and continued down the path, I eventually came to, I'm in control of all of it. It's all up to me. And I'm not saying that occurred overnight. I don't think that occurred overnight. I actually think that took quite some time to occur. But I continued on that path. I took the first step on the path of, what can I be responsible for? And then I just built on it and built on it and built on it. And I think there is there is a way out, but sometimes it does require having a conversation with other people. Don't get me, I don't know what his deal is, but like, don't get me fast food. Don't get me, buckets of pasta. Don't get me fried chicken. Whatever it is that you're consuming that's allowing you to get to 530 pounds, let's start cutting that back. And then just get ready for it to take a long time. It's not going to happen quick. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to be a drastic upheaval of your life and the way you live. And potentially at some point you become more comfortable going outside. I don't know how agoraphobia works, to be honest with you. So maybe that doesn't happen. I don't know. I'm not trying to sell you some miracle here. If you lose weight, you'll lose your agoraphobia. I don't know. I don't know about agoraphobia. There was a long time where I was immobile and was totally convinced that I was severely depressed. And it turned out that I was just exhausted and had no energy, because just moving around my house was truly exhausting. And a lot of that went away when I was able to move more freely through space and time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had more energy. And I believe that if you're 530 pounds and you lose any significant amount of weight, you will too be able to move more freely through space and time, and maybe you'll feel better. I don't know for sure, but I suspect you will.
Yeah. Well, I hope Joe keeps us aware of how that's going, and appreciate that question and, reaching out. For anyone else that might have a question, you can always email us at americanglutton.net.